welcome to the Fireside Podcast. I've got told off last week for not doing introductions, so I'm Fergus and I'm joined by Craig,
Hello.
Ross Stewart,
Hello.
and back by popular demand. I think it's been like 4 months since he's been here. It's Matthew Thompson.
Yep, thank you. Anyone that I know is a fan of the podcast has been asking for me back, so I'm here.
They've been dying for Matt.
They have been. Give the people what they want.
How's everyone's week been?
It's been
Good.
been good, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, didn't lose this weekend, that's always a benefit.
Air didn't play this weekend, Craig.
Didn't lose though.
Well, I didn't lose.
Celtic didn't play either, so it's a good weekend.
Celtic didn't play. It didn't happen.
I didn't see a game.
No.
You know what, I don't remember a game either, Matt, so you're all good there.
That's fine.
Yeah, obviously since last time, Rangers and Celtic both played European qualifier games. St Johnstone and Aberdeen both played European qualifier games. Not a single team won their European qualifier game.
They were all really bad.
Rangers struggled in a 0-0 against Alkmaar. Not Alkmaar, I don't know why I said Alkmaar, I'm looking at the wrong one.
I was scared.
Alishkert.
He's had a mayor here.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you fly all that way, you play for 90 minutes and you lose. I'm saying lose 0-0, but they drew 0-0, which
To be fair, they kind of won 0-0, I suppose.
they won 0-0. They did go through.
It wasn't good.
No.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters. But there was Alishkert had a man sent off, which, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it was easy. It didn't look easy.
I think it was like 30 odd degree heat or something when they were playing the game.
Yeah, there was drinks breaks, so it has to be over 30 degrees.
It's never ideal to play a game of football in. I mean, I struggle to do it in a 10 degree heat. So
I think that's the
I mean, if Craig was to go outside right now and try and play a game of fives, he'd be fucked.
I'd die.
I think we
And
did.
I'm in peak physical condition as well, so
Yes.
For reference, Craig is 6'4", 12 stone and ripped.
yeah.
I genuinely thought Joe was just going to lay into it and be like, he's 5'7", he's 20 stone.
Both of those
He's just finished a packet of cookies.
listeners that all of those are exaggerations. He still has a couple of cookies left.
He's also not 5'7", and he's not 20 stone
Yeah.
because he's 5'6".
I mean, enough of me, that's talk about the football. That's what we're here to talk about.
Oh, making him blush. Yeah, I'm sure Joe will have loads of comments about the Rangers game against us.
I think we're through. I don't think we need to.
Is it another one like the last one against Alishkert when the less is said the better?
Yeah, I mean, they never really troubled, to be honest. Couple of things here or there. Through now doesn't really matter. Wasn't pretty, but
Yeah.
less said the better, I guess.
Agreed. Agreed for Celtic as well. Getting through, get Europa League stage football, but a loss in Alkmaar was not ideal.
Some really good defending.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is about that. It was two defensive mistakes cost us the goals. So from that point of view, like it's kind of positive that we didn't ship any goals that weren't our fault really. So
Yeah, we weren't.
if we can get rid of those mistakes, then we're not going to ship goals.
Yeah, we weren't broken down easily, I suppose.
Yeah.
If that's the one positive you want to look at.
I would-
Yeah.
First leg we were really good. I just think you could tell everyone was a bit sort of, I don't know. No one seemed particularly up for it. Like we scored that early goal and then I don't know, it was just a bit slack from then on out.
Yeah, you scored early on. I really thought you were going to go run riot, and then I looked away. I think I was watching the Rangers game on my other screen, and I was watching that, and then I looked back, and it was one each, like pretty much straight away.
Well, it would have been the St Johnstone game because the Rangers game was well finished by this
That was
point.
the St John's game. It must have been. I knew another game.
Yeah. Obviously, the injury to Greg Taylor wasn't ideal, but I think Montgomery came on for him and
Played well.
all in all, had a pretty decent game. He wasn't really at fault for anything, so
No, good. He was pretty impressive.
he's impressed me so far. He's come on in a few games as well, and he's. I think it's one of those things. Is like younger players, they want to drive and push to get into the first team, and he's come on and he's put in some pretty good performances, and he's also been deployed in different positions. He's been played like he's come on the wing predominantly, but he's also can play left back.
Versatile.
Versatile player. I suppose only time will tell with what happens with his development, but I'm glad that our academy players are finally actually get the ones that we've been seeing. They're finally getting actual minutes in the game instead of just the sort of like train with the first team. You can sit on the bench, but you're not going to play. Sort of thing that Neil Lennon did with them.
Yeah. Not going to.
I mean, certainly under a new manager and a new regime, there should be there's going to be opportunities for everyone, I guess, at some point if you prove yourself in training. And
he has said as well that he likes to play like up and coming talents and youth players. So I think the B team as well. If you're performing well for the B team, you've got the chance to get called up to the first team squad. Maybe train with them, see how you get on. Come on the bench, maybe get some minutes of like you're coasting to victory or something against someone.
Yeah. The more minutes, the better.
Yeah. So, Celtic and Rangers in the Europa League group stages. Well done to them. Unfortunately for St Johnstone and Aberdeen, St Johnstone losing out 2-0 to Lask at home. Disappointing for them. I mean, they'll be fairly happy they got into the position where they had qualification for group stage football, but just wasn't to be for them this year.
Yeah, they were unlucky. The Lask never really dominated the game at all. I know that some of the stats look like they did with the amount of shots, but until St Johnstone's first red card of their two kind of stupid red cards, they were well in the game. They conceded a kind of sloppy goal and then kind of lost their heads. Brought Witherspoon on for a good 1 minute cameo appearance before he elbowed someone and got set off.
And
I mean, Richard Foster did say
performer of the week.
Richard Foster did say he'd make some impact.
He did say he said he'd bring calmness to the team, which is what you need when you're
57 seconds later gets sent off.
And then Sean Rooney tried to just come out and kick everyone and got himself sent off too.
Which is worth it.
Which is good.
At the end of the day, if you're going to lose the game, going to lose the tie, just boot the fuck out of players. That's my philosophy.
I think in the grand scheme of things, both ties St Johnstone have been no disgrace.
No,
but they have drawn one each away from home, and then come home to their own stadium and kind of fucked it both times.
Yeah, tough, but that's something they'll learn, and if they can get European football again next year, then maybe push on. Even though their squad has been slightly depleted yesterday.
And obviously, Aberdeen just they played in the worst game of football last week, and they probably played in the worst game of football again. Losing 3-1 to Carrier Bag.
Yeah. The only Aberdeen fan that I know did say that it just looked as if Carrier Bag were too good. Like, they actually turned up looking like a European outfit.
Which they are.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Which they are, to be fair.
Group stage football.
Yeah,
plenty of times.
Yeah, they consistently get there or thereabouts with the group stages, so it's not really a surprise to see them beating Aberdeen, but it is a shame. I would have liked to have seen them make the groups.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have one more team, but we're getting closer.
We do.
And
We are getting closer, and we do. I believe
if we
next year we definitely do have 2 guaranteed group stages for this first place and there's actually first place and cup winner. I think second place might be guaranteed conference group stage actually, so we could have 3 guaranteed group stage.
they should be, I think.
I'm pretty sure they are.
So that's exciting.
So it's big times ahead. Hopefully, whoever manages to get that third spot in the guaranteed group stage doesn't embarrass themselves. But
No, never mind.
There might be some absolute upset.
But let's hope that Celtic and Rangers can have decent performances this season.
I do suspect both will probably finish second in their groups, would be my prediction.
Absolutely no. I think Celtic can. I don't know if they will.
Celtic also getting drawn against Bayer Leverkusen, Real Betis, and Ferencvaros.
Yeah.
In the group stages.
Fuck Ferencvaros.
Basically, just what they've done is they've looked at the teams and they've went, those 3 teams all playing green and white.
Yeah.
Put them all in the same group.
They must not have had a green and white pot 1 team for the put in.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't remember. They might not have.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's not as bad as last season's group when Celtic got pot 1 and probably got drawn against 2 of the hardest pot 2 and 3 teams that they probably could have got.
Missed the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Rangers have Sparta Prague, who obviously famously wiped the floor with Celtic last year.
famously, they'll remember that.
Famously been shut down.
Sorry, infamously, rather. Leon and who obviously we played in 2007.
I can't imagine it'll be the same team.
No, I don't think
we also beat them in the Waste Management Trophy last pre-season.
Yeah, that is also true. You're right. Champions of that, and also Brondby as well, which will be interesting.
The Looney Tunes.
Basically, Matt,
That's good.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Stephen Davis played.
That's probably
when we last played Leon.
Probably.
Because we lost 3-0 at home, courtesy of Karim Benzema.
What about
absolutely annihilating us.
What about Alan McGregor? Would he have been there at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's about 100 years old, so yeah.
And then we bet them in France, courtesy of a Lee McCulloch header. We won 3-0 and he burst the net.
Mm-hmm.
Remember it all too well.
Both teams had released their plans for their 3-game packages for season ticket holders the last couple of days. I think Celtic's one for season ticket holders works out at £24 a game.
Yep.
For the 3 games. But you can also buy single tickets in advance for the games because the Ferencvaros game at home has been moved to a Tuesday afternoon at 3:30. So obviously many people will not be able to make it to that game.
Is that the price with or without your MyJares membership?
And then what's Rangers? I've seen theirs was announced today.
13.9 and 42, I think it works out.
Yeah, it's 42 was the one I've seen, was it not?
I think it works out 39 for season ticket holders, 42 for
season ticket holders. Yeah.
43 for non-season ticket holders. Sorry.
Which is more than their last.
Mm-hmm.
I think slightly. Yeah.
I think it is a couple of pounds more.
But I've seen a thing today. Their excuse last time for the price of the package was that they felt that their qualification into the group stages was an achievement based on like compared to Celtic dropping out of the Champions League qualification, it felt like a sort of formality for Celtic to be there. Whereas this time, Rangers were in Champions League qualification, dropped out of that, made the groups of the Europa League, and raised the price.
Yep.
I'm going to obviously imagine they raised the price and the fact of the loss of revenue.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's maybe understandable, but last time it was
I don't
overpriced,
know.
and I think it's overpriced again.
They could have obviously kept it the same price. They're not gaining that much money that would have been such a difference to keep it the same price.
The only thing is they know people will pay it.
Yeah.
The folk will complain, but they know people will pay it, and that's the thing.
It's just
People,
like
clubs of fans of clubs are never going to say, you know what?
I don't want to be there.
There's always plenty of people that are going to be like, I'll go. So, yeah.
Well, at least we'll have the fans back. It's always great for European games.
Yeah, and obviously, group stage is only like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks to go now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Till they start.
It's exciting.
As group stage European football again with fans. That's what you love to see.
I remember it well.
It's been a while.
It has been a long time.
Yes. Obviously, the weekend brought Rangers taking on Celtic at Ibrox. Highly anticipated game by both sides. Many people on both sides very confident that their team was going to pump the other team. Ended up being a very exciting game, end to end, fairly end to end over the whole game. First half, Celtic probably could have put themselves at least 1-0 up. Dominating the ball. Sloppy passing, though, kind of probably was what let us down in the first half. And a dreadful miss from Odds-on Edward, which really should have been 1-0. But that's one of those things you have to pick yourself up from, go in at half-time, recompose yourself and come out at half-time and build on it. And Celtic did not come out and build on their performance in the first half.
They looked quite tired. Obviously, a tough European game during the week. They sort of started off really well, quite high intensity. Yeah, I have to say the first half an hour was electric. Both teams were proper having a go. It's actually a really good watch.
I think Rangers did, for so long, seemed to just manage to keep up with the pace in the first half. And then second half they came out and they were a completely different team. Just managed to hold on to the ball more.
I think they played very much like I spoke about in the group chat during the week, where they play it more like a European style game where they're happy to give teams possession of the ball. Because ultimately speaking, it got to points where they just get tired of they didn't have to chase, and I think Rangers had all that energy in the second half, and it kind of came good in the end. But that's not Celtic had chances. Don't get me wrong, Edward, I don't know how he misses that. I think all four of us would have scored.
Yeah,
and we're shit. So
I genuinely watched it back a couple of times. I don't know how. I know it hits his heel, but I just don't know how. Especially for him, it's one that he. I don't understand it.
For such a good finisher.
That took $500,000 off his transfer value we got from him.
Yeah. But
yeah, obviously the goal. That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
Coming a corner, Rangers got, and they did what is becoming so popular in football and filled the 6-yard box with players. I think Barisic took it.
Yeah, Barisic took it. Yeah,
and into the box, and Helander rising up far above the rest, running in unmarked, sends it home with a header.
I know it was a good goal, but I do feel Welsh has to cover him a lot better than what he does. It's Welsh's man, 100%. I don't feel
No, I didn't track.
he didn't track. He just sort of, because you can see him looking over at Hollander, and he doesn't. Then just kind of stops.
You know what I don't get? It's like that's been say like the last few years. 2 managers, a handful of different defenders and midfield players. Why the fuck can we not defend a set piece? Whether that be against Rangers or against other teams.
I think, like, until that set piece, until that corner, in the game as a whole, Celtic actually were defending corners and set pieces fairly well. It's just one of those things. If concentration levels drop, and he lost concentration at the one moment you can't lose concentration, marking a big centre half in the box.
How many of the last say the last 10 Old Firm games, what percentage of Rangers goals have been scored from set pieces? Pretty much all of them.
Quite a lot of them, yeah.
We have made improvements. 100% we've made improvements in defending and attacking set pieces, but there's still a little ways to come.
Christian's away, which helps for taking them.
Yeah. It means someone else gets a chance.
I think
on the ground.
Obviously, it was a great ball in, but Welsh just I don't know what, like, honestly, I don't know what he's doing. He actually didn't have a bad game until that point. It was just that lapse of concentration.
Yeah, I think set piece wise, I think Carl Starfelt's made a difference that way. He looks very sure of himself in the air, but see when he gets the ball at his feet, he looks so terrified to do anything. He just looks so nervous, unsure with the ball at his feet. In the air, he can win headers and defend the ball, and I suppose attacking corners, he's looks to be getting himself in positions. He's won a couple of headers, just waiting on that final product to get in the goal.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm
undecided. He was pretty bad on Thursday. Especially the first half on Thursday was pretty bad. Wasn't that bad against Rangers, I don't think, though. I think he was alright.
Nah.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was good in the air, but with the ball at his feet, he looks scared.
Yeah.
I think, I was also going to mention, obviously, Furuhashi's first game against Rangers.
Deployed on the left wing.
Found it difficult, but I do think if he was played through the middle, it could have potentially been a different story.
You say that. He was deployed on the left wing until almost 80 minutes until he got moved through the middle. And as soon as he got moved through the middle, straight away within a minute he got a chance for a shot on goal. And then 2 minutes later, near enough an identical position he found himself in.
Yeah, it's not what it wants to be.
No.
I think Balogun marked him well
after the game as well. He said that was on him, his mistake to not start him through the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we'll see him out on the left wing again.
Especially now that Eddie's away.
Well, now that Edward's left and we've brought in a left winger,
yeah,
I don't think we'll see him playing there again.
Because he's a goal scorer. Put him through the middle.
He might not be the tallest, but
you don't want to be tall to score goals.
Play the ball over the top. He will run onto.
Is this mentality sometimes in Scotland where you have to be tall and you have to be big and strong to play play striker?
Lee Griffiths was never tall. He was never really big and strong. he was like a wee rat that just he would run after anything, and he was a good finisher.
Um,
And look
yeah, I
at
think
look at his goal scoring record that he had.
I think Furuhashi. I think because after Ballingen got the better of him quite a lot, he looked a wee bit nervous a couple of times when he took him on and decided to just play safe passes, etc., instead of playing with a bit of confidence.
Also, I think we got fucked over a bit because we didn't have Greg Taylor, so we had to play a right-footed player at left back. And it's funny finding myself saying we didn't have Greg Taylor, and that was. But we got slowed down so much. We got slowed down so much not having a left-footed player out there.
Yeah, it's alright.
Felt
right back in the league.
I felt Juranovic had quite a good debut, all considering. He's just got plonked straight into the team.
He had to play left back. I think he actually looked fairly promising.
He does.
And get him at right back, I reckon he I think he'll take people for a ride. Really,
Tony's been good.
I don't know. I'm not saying straight away. He's not going to get in there straight away, but
I get you mean. That's why he's brought in, though. Obviously, but Ralston had a good game. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, he had Kent on toast.
He did.
Obviously, there's the rumours that Kent was injured, but still,
right.
Even there was a time when Kent actually got past him, was getting to the byline, and Tony recovered well and put a tackle and stop and get the ball across.
From what I've read, obviously it's all speculation that Kent will be out now until the foreseeable, but I don't know how true that is.
They could have played someone else over him. I feel like risking a player who's probably as crucial as Kent is to Rangers' way of playing just seems strange to me. Especially when he could have been injured worse, and now he's probably going to be out longer than he would have been.
It's very early in the season as well to be playing in. I guess Rangers did. I was going to say they should have a good squad depth. I guess they don't have the luxury of that given the events of the last week. But you'd have thought they could definitely put someone else in there. But you seen the bench; they had players that they could have played.
Yeah, I guess the only option probably was to have played Sakala out on the right.
Or just anything. It feels it's not a title decider. It wasn't a title decider. It's the first maybe the season against the two.
I guess it's a mental thing. Obviously, beating your rivals is good and all, but obviously, famously, Walter Smith said that it's only 4 games out of the season. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't,
and you don't want to risk players as big as Ryan Kent.
Doesn't define it. Yeah, it doesn't define a season. No. That's for sure.
Because missing him, that could be he's been proven in the past to be the difference maker in some of these games against your St Mirrens, against your Livingstons. These nail bitey games, these sort of gritty games, is proven to be the difference maker when he can just take a player on, win a penalty, or get a cross in there, get a shot away and score a goal.
Right, enough of the old firm. Fed up with them.
Well, I was just going to say I wasn't too disheartened from our point of view. I think we played reasonably well. Just the passing could have been a bit tighter.
Yeah, the second half, though, it just didn't look the same. It looked as if they went in at half-time and battered a treadmill for 15 minutes. It was...
Yeah, and then, to be fair, the last sort of 15 minutes, where it was a completely different game, we probably should have got a goal in there somewhere, but just unlucky with the way chances worked out.
I think Rangers got Celtic playing the way they wanted them to play in the set.
I still feel in the first half, if we went in there 1 or 2 up, that probably would have been fair.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, obviously Rangers still hit the post and still had other chances. So
I think carry full confidence in the next time at home. Full confidence that we can.
Yeah, the fan situation also doesn't help things.
Yeah, but that's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, it was a scrappy game and a close game. I just expected both teams to score goals, really, if it was going to be close. What else happened? We were really good at predictions.
Did I get mine in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get any right?
You got 2 points, Matt.
Was that you predicted Karabag were going to win?
That was better than Craig, who I want everyone in the podcast to know got 0.
Yep.
What was the topic for the week?
Kelly Inverness finished 1-0, and I was the only one that said that Inverness were going to win.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And Queen's Park, Falkirk finished 1-0 to Queen Park, and I was the only one that said that Queen's Park were going to win.
That's all well and good, fair, but you are still bottom of the leaderboard.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Matt's missed weeks.
No, he's not, Matt. He's 5 points behind you.
But I've also predicted Queen's Park to win 5-0 the past 2 weeks. Okay,
I'm fourth. I think I'm fourth.
But
Yeah.
you still get points from that, though.
But you had only 2 points behind me.
Yeah. Kelly are in the mud. Can we say that yet?
I was going to say undefeated, but they lost, didn't they?
Undefeated. They lost at the weekend. Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I think they
Inverness-
started okay.
Inverness has started the best. They've 4-1-0 wins,
Yeah,
which is a good way
and-
to start the season, I guess.
It's a good way to start the season is to win all your games.
Does help.
Not concede a goal.
No, I'd love to say Killer in the mud, but they've started okay.
Yeah,
It's been kind of respectable.
a good signing bringing Ollie Shaw in as well yesterday.
Mhm.
Good to see. As much as it pains me to say, but
That's a good sign.
Don't cry.
I don't cry.
Falkirk in the mud, probably.
Not yet.
It's too early.
It's one of those things. Well, it's not too early in the Premier League because Arsenal are in the mud, Craig, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Nah,
don't think they'll stay up.
I think what we've done here, what Arsenal have done is
I think they'll stay up.
they've been paid extra
No,
from
no,
Amazon
no.
to lose their first 3 games, so the documentary
Mhm.
got a good start. That's what I'm saying.
No, but see what it is. See what
I
it is.
mean,
They
the
signed-
Tottenham one was class.
See what it is. They signed Aaron Ramsdale, and the last 2 seasons he's been relegated.
Well,
Yeah, you also seen that
He's been really-
tweet as well, I
he's been
guess.
relegated 3 out of the 4 professional seasons he's had.
Wait, did they sign Ramsdale in the end? Was that yesterday?
Uh-huh.
No, we signed Ramsdale.
Nah, weeks ago.
Oh, did that
Signed him
actually?
a couple of weeks ago.
I
Yeah.
remember that
Yeah.
being special.
They signed Ben Bang Average White.
He's not. Look, what was he? 50 million.
I mean, we did spend the most out of any
Arsenal
Premier.
spent far too much
We spent
money
100
on
and-
Bang Average players.
140, 150 million, and we didn't bring in anyone really of note. And the oldest player we brought in was 23. So we brought in
Yes.
young players, but yeah,
The problem is
Um,
he's now got a relegation 6-pointer against Norwich.
They're gonna lose.
Perth Moor.
well they did. They've
guess.
got the midfield duo of Mayor Kenny and King Billy.
Really? That's true.
So
He's a humped.
we are.
And
I
they've
guess.
got Grant Hanley.
Anyway. I was
Does it
only
br-
making fun of Craig. But,
Does it bring it on to our transfer window up here in Scotland?
yeah.
Just
Okay.
briefly, I guess.
Jure, what did Rangers do?
They brought in Sakala. They brought in John Lundstrom.
Tried to get a
Can we
refund.
edit
for
that?
John
Can we edit that bit out?
You've
Can we send them back?
You've brought in 5. You've named 2. Come on, 3 more.
Charlie McCann from Manchester United. Juan Alegria, I believe it's pronounced, from Colombia, for apparently over $1 million,
I don't think
even though he's in the
over-
Rangers B
Over
team.
$1 million for the B
The-
team.
Craig, apparently so. Apparently, in
Ridiculous.
this article, 1.2, but
Spending $1 million in players for the B team.
What I'm confused about is earlier in the I can't remember, it was about a month ago or something. They asked Steven Gerrard. They said that it was probably a reality that Rangers were going to have to sell first team players. Or not first team, but like sell players to cover wages.
There was rumours of players getting leaving, getting bought, and just nothing materialised.
Yeah,
It seems strange to me that they said that these rumours have went about, and again, it's another transfer window where players haven't
Well,
really been sold.
quite a big squad though.
They decided instead of selling players to just increase their ticket prices. That's what
so the
And do another funding run in the shares.
yeah.
Katic is away out on loan, and so is Cedric Itten as well.
None of them at air.
So, Itten's post to say that he'd been sent out on loan seemed quite like like it was a definite, like a gone forever, pretty much. Post.
Yeah, it does. It does seem
was
to
good
me
to
like
be
a
here,
sort of move where
yeah.
he's not going to play for Rangers again.
It does say, from what I've read, it's not been confirmed. It is a loan to buy. I don't know how much the value of the buy is, mind you, but it's what I've read.
Yeah, it seems to me quite a lot of like people that I've seen saying like that he probably won't play for Rangers again.
Yeah,
Probably not.
Just fair enough because like they've got better strikers.
Yeah, I mean, I often stand by he's not probably been given the chance, but
Well, when other players were playing so well,
it's difficult. Have I missed anyone? Who have I missed?
No, I think I seen a thing today said you only brought in 5 players. So,
Just try to think of anyone I missed.
well, the guy from Huddersfield, I don't know his name.
Oh yeah, Juninho Bacuna.
Juninho.
Yes.
How many did Celtic bring in?
Well, we
11,
brought in,
I think.
officially 12 first team players. So we brought in Ozaze Urugide, Liam Shaw, Joe Hart, James McCarthy. I didn't count. That's 4.
Kyogo
Furuhashi,
Abada.
Leila Abada,
Carter Vickers.
Cameron Carter Vickers last night.
How many loans has this been on? About 900?
Giorgio Giacomakis. I don't know his first name.
Josip Juranovic.
Josip Juranovic. That's 10.
Liam Shaw.
Said him.
I said him.
I'm sorry.
Did you get James McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
he
got
said
him.
that.
I've stopped.
Liam, did you say Liam Scales? Yeah.
Liam Scales. That's 11, and Carl Starfelt.
There you go. Boom.
12.
This is Cameron Carter Vickers' 7th loan spell, and he's 20.
Yeah, it is a loan to buy.
I don't know if I want him.
He's been brought in on. I mean, he's a big boy. He's an absolute unit of a boy.
He's 6'0". He's flat out 6 foot.
No, but not height wise. I mean, actual built wise. It seems to be a thing at Tottenham. They've got quite a lot of players that are just very built.
His goal scoring record leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh, he's a centre half, Matt.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, exactly.
goals.
All in all, it's not been a terrible transfer window. Like, a lot of people are toys out the pram about it, saying like we've not backed the manager enough and everything. It's like
Players, did you want this?
you bring in 12 players. I know, granted, we have lost quite a lot this window, but we knew some of these were leaving. We knew most of these were leaving. Actually, some are dead weight out the squad. We've only brought in 2 on loan, which is a vast improvement on previous seasons when we just bring in absolute duds on loan.
There's a part of me that thought we would lose more.
Yeah. And at the start of the window, folk were like, yeah, we need 6 or 7 in. You bring in 12 and you obviously you lose some, but folk are like toys out the pram. I think it's been a fairly respectable window. There's positions to probably strengthen. Centre mid, we don't have very much depth in. Quality in depth, we've got like 6 or 7 options, but the quality's not quite there when you get past like the first 2 choices in those positions.
I think Celtic have done quite well in actually bringing in so many players and actually like making a profit this transfer window as well. Like,
but it's one of those things. Like folk were so doubtful that we'd be able to bring in enough players, and I think we've brought in enough players. Obviously, just some aren't in the right position.
I do think it's funny that they sold Jack Hendry and then for 1.3 million, and now he's been sold on for like what 8 million or something, is it?
Well, I think the only thing
window
is we had no option but to sell Jack Hendry because
his contract.
they had an option. They had an option to buy in the contract, which is just unfortunate. And they knew that there was interest from other clubs for bigger.
It's actually smart business from them.
Yeah. Funnily enough, his first game for Club Bruges is against his old club Ostend.
Yes.
Whether he play, I don't know, but He probably will, to be fair.
It's a good move for him. Get some
If you
Champions
can
League
defend
football.
at Ostend, you can defend against Ostend.
True.
That is a famous
But he's
saying, to
also
be
got to
fair.
defend against PSG, Man City, and Leipzig.
Oh, he'll
So-
pocket Messi.
You know what? Yeah, he will. He'll do it.
I thought Craig was going to go. I thought Craig was going to go all Steven Gerrard on me there and
Well,
say you can't
well,
fit a grown man in your
Nah,
pocket.
you could probably fit
Yeah,
Lionel
of
Messi in your
course.
pocket. It's quite small.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a big hoodie over there. It's got a massive pocket.
Yeah.
I reckon he could get in it.
Wee small man.
We could talk about St Johnstone.
Right.
I think they've had the worst.
St Johnson
They've had
like-
probably the worst window out of
They don't want to
anyone.
hear it anymore.
Well, no, the window was actually like okay, and then deadline day hit them, and they lost their captain and a very, very promising, talented young midfielder
Fuck all money.
for fuck all money.
And-
Both of them for fuck all money. Yeah.
The Alan McCann, who for some reason Rangers or Celtic didn't want to try going for him, even though he was only worth $1 million.
There was rumours that Celtic were looking at him on deadline day, and for some reason they've just not bid more than Preston.
Yeah, it's
I mean, as long
a
yeah,
strange one. Like I reckon you could go up to like decent like 2.5, 3 million for him and it'd still be a good price.
What was it?
from what is shown so far, yeah,
What did they get again? Like 1 something?
1.25.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, not
But they did say earlier on in the window they wouldn't accept anything less than 1.75. So must be desperate to sell.
Yeah, it's a strange one because they didn't really seem like they were desperate for money. They got a bonus, like they won 2 cups. They would played in Europe this season. If they were that desperate for money, then how would they be doing if they didn't do all those things?
Maybe the player.
Yeah,
And they signed
they signed quite a
what
few
was his name,
players.
the boy on loan from St Mirren.
Cammy
Yeah, but
McPherson.
yesterday. Cammy McPherson, that's the one. Yeah, it could be a rough ride for St Johnstone this season.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be in anything. I don't think they'll go down.
No, they're not. They won't go down.
I was
They're
looking at
struggling
the
to get into top six.
I was looking at the league there. They have conceded the least goals in the league so far, but they've also scored the least. Having scored 1 but only conceded 2.
Yeah,
It's decent.
But they are only on 2 points. So it's not really
Yes.
decent.
also it's very early. It's very early.
Sorry, they're on 3 points. They've had
Good on them.
3 draws so far out of the 4 games.
I always find that as well though. Like once the window's shut, speculation sort of ends and teams can get up to playing full speed
Yeah,
properly. Also, it's no excuse for when teams are start a season poorly, being like, "Oh, the window's still open and players will want to leave."
yeah.
And any notable signings?
On deadline day.
Lee Griffiths
No,
going to
just in
Dundee.
general.
That's probably notable.
Well, they're just trying their best to sign the ugliest cunts in Scottish football. And
And
that's not me just saying cunts instead of people. That's just me because they are all cunts.
yeah,
Is this in reference to Charlie Adam as well?
and Jason Cummins.
Charlie Adam, Jason Cummins, Lee Griffiths, and
What do you
what's
call
his
him?
face? The balding one.
Yeah, the one with the ankle bracelet. Why can I not remember? Paul McGowan.
Paul McGowan.
Oh yeah, Palm. Oh dear. It's not
He's
a,
an ugly guy.
not a good look team, is it? It could be alright though.
I mean, they've got a decent strike force.
Yeah.
That's actually going to be interesting to see how Cummings and Griffiths play together.
Molly.
Or Charlie Adam. Charlie Adam will probably kick the ball out rather than.
I mean, they're both like just loves the ball.
They're both just bitter little men. And they're just going to look at each other in training, just like never talk, never speak a word.
They
It's
also,
like what's it called? Step Brothers.
yeah. Don't forget they have A United legends Declan McDade and Luke McKeown too.
What a team?
What a team.
Team of
guess-
team of misfits and rejects.
Another team that's made a lot of signings. Aberdeen made about 10 million signings this
Yeah,
window.
it was a big squad.
He got knocked out of Europe and then started banging out some class signings.
Got a massive squad.
They got in,
Yeah, it's a
like,
huge squad.
David Bates, that's a good signing.
that guy with a foreign name, but I just cannot mind the name.
Christian
foreign to me, though.
Ramirez.
No, they signed that other guy yesterday, did they not?
I can't remember who they
Oh,
signed
I'm really
yesterday,
struggling
actually.
here.
I
Did they
don't
not
know.
keep David Bates and
Matty Longstaff.
I don't know, but we're the epitome of professionalism.
Yeah, they signed David Bates and Matty Longstaff, and I don't know if they signed anyone yesterday, did they?
Longstaff was a good loan.
Yeah.
Though.
Considering he has played Premier League football, yeah.
How many games they played?
Oh, they signed that
Yes.
American Christian Ramirez.
That's what I said about 30
Oh,
seconds ago.
I did not hear you.
It's like 10 ages ago.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. They signed him.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they signed that Ramirez guy.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he scored a few goals for them already. To be fair, so
Is he not quite young though?
no, he's very old.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
Very old, he's 30.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean it in a harsh way. He's not 60.
No, I get that.
30 years old
He's
is
not
really
young.
old for a footballer, isn't it? Yeah.
It's quite a lot older than me.
It's like, what?
So,
A year or two just past his prime.
what Craig was going to say, it's a year older than me.
Yeah, it's a year older than Ferg.
Kevin Nisbet has stayed for another window.
Yeah, he has. He always seems to be
He
away.
was.
Aberdeen.
He was apparently. Rangers apparently inquired about him last minute. Obviously, Celtic had serious interest in him, so
I reckon Celtic will come back in for him in January.
You think so?
He'd want to sign for us as well because, well, as far as I know, he's a Celtic fan.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't. If it was a move that Celtic wanted, I don't know why. Was it just money? I guess.
I don't know. Just maybe.
They think they'll get.
I think maybe Ange wanted to perhaps make his own signings, if you know what I mean, without...
Yeah.
That's going to sound kind of rather stupid, 'cause obviously he has made his own signings, but guys that obviously he's looked at before taking a job.
I don't think we particularly need another striker right now.
I mean,
if we're only playing one up front, 3 should be enough.
It's going to be interesting to see how Celtic's new striker, who I'm not going to butcher his name, gets on.
Giorgio
That's if he plays.
is that how you pronounce it?
Oh well, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's not offensive.
Obviously, done very well in Holland, so...
Yeah, he looks alright. I mean,
Yeah, the Netherlands, please.
Sorry, the Netherlands and the Eredivisie. Sorry.
Well done.
Yeah, I mean, not going to be like, oh yeah, top scorer is going to be great, but
For $2.5 million, you spent a lot of work. Like, spent that sort of money in a lot of...
we'll
Yeah.
find out.
what it seems from looking at, I don't do any of this. I just see other people posting stats, but like when he gets minutes, like when he gets out game time, it seems that he can score goals. That sounds like the dumbest shit ever, but like, you know what I mean? Like if he's not getting consistent game time,
So you're saying when he doesn't play, he doesn't score?
no,
That's fine. Just
you know that you know the old classic of like, oh, this player just needs a run of games.
yeah.
To get into the team and get up to speed is kind of like that. Like he just needs a run of games, like consistently playing, rather than like, oh, will he, won't he, sort of thing.
I reckon he'll be a good
And he's
option.
He's a completely different option from anything we have.
Yeah. Which is good. How big is he?
Quite tall, I
Yeah,
think.
big enough.
He looks tall. I haven't actually looked into it.
Yeah, I'm happy with our options.
Mhm.
Striker options. Our wingers are fine as well. Once Mikey Johnson and Karamoka Dembele are back from injury.
Are any of them going to play?
Mikey Johnson is the only other recognised left winger, really.
He's about 28 at this point. He was a young prospect at one point. How old is he? Is he older
He's
than us?
I wonder if James Forrest will win Young Player of the Year this year.
I
mean,
don't know.
if he wasn't injured, he'd win it every year.
Now, to be fair, like Karamoka Dembele, I quite like the look of him. The only thing about him is just his height. He's such a short guy, but you don't need height when you're playing the wing, really. As long as people aren't firing long balls to him.
Yeah, Forrest's never been a big guy, and he's been successful in the wing for years.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Carmel Dembele's due like a wee growth. Maybe we'll get a few inches.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 5'4", isn't he?
Something like that, 5'4", 5'5".
It's so small, yeah. But like when he was playing in pre-season and stuff, and he looked fairly like more than confident, more than good enough.
Yeah, that wouldn't
to
hold
get into
me
the
back.
first team.
That wouldn't hold me back from playing him. At the end of the day,
I'd get him minutes when he can get minutes.
We're not going to punt the ball up long to him, are we? So
no,
that shouldn't really be an issue. We're not going to expect him to get on the end of corners. Hopefully,
the only thing is we are lacking quite a bit of height.
Yeah, we are quite short. I feel like that comes back to the whole idea of why we suck at set pieces. We don't have a big squad.
Obviously, Ayer leaving.
We have signed Liam Scales, who's 6'4" or something, and I imagine he might be I don't know. He's played like left back and left wing back for Shamrock, but
he's going in.
Can't play centre half.
He's going in the box for corners.
Yeah, he's getting in the box for corners. He's winning headers. He's scoring goals.
I'm more meant defending corners. I'm not even bothered about scoring from corners.
No, he's scored from corners. We don't need to defend corners.
But evidently, they don't try.
But yeah, that is two players that Celtic signed defensively that have in the past played in green and white hoops. Fun fact.
How many Irishmen?
2.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
But to be fair, like at least I hope I don't like jinx us or anything, but they seem to be. To me, they seem to be decent signings.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell, but yeah. Anyway, before we run on hours and hours and hours, it's international break. Scotland game is tonight. Hello, it's Wednesday. Craig, do you want to read out the team that's been put out since we've been on air?
Sure, well, if you did notice or anyone's been good, drop at some point for this podcast, it was because we found out that Scott McKenna was playing. So
yeah,
you met.
To be fair, like he's not. Steve Clark's not changed from the system that he likes to play. So
yeah,
go on, Craig.
Well, yeah, so we've got Gordon in nets, which is obvious when he's the number one goalkeeper has been announced. So Robertson left wing back, McKenna, Hanley, and Cooper, and then Tierney right wing back. Then a midfield three of McGregor, Gilmore, and McLean, and a front two of Adams and Fraser.
The only thing that really worries me, well, apart from McKenna at centre half, is the midfield seems like it's quite reserved.
No, I think that's quite a balanced midfield. All three are able to interchange and go back and forward whenever needed there.
I guess there's no obvious. Is there an obvious playmaker?
Depend like.
I guess
you could say Gilmore and McGregor.
He can do it, yeah.
The way McGregor plays at Celtic, he dictates the play, and Gilmore, he's the one that will sit and dictate the play as well.
Yeah,
not like
that's why
Kenny McLean's one that will also sit and dictate the play.
Yeah, it's not one.
They all do a very similar thing.
That's what I mean. They're all quite like a sort of similar.
There's
player.
no like Ryan Christie or David Turnbull or
sort of player. Yeah, I really thought one of them.
I guess I guess we're playing like Fraser, like Cam as such, so he'll drop.
Yeah, probably get
the ball, try and move it forward, get it to Adams. Who don't know if anyone watched.
I hope we don't get pumped.
I don't know if
Denmark are a really good.
I don't know if anyone watched the video that Scotland put out throughout the week where Adams, Fraser, McLean, and Gilmore did a challenge where they all used different balls, and Adams was the one that actually got the football and was dreadful. Missed his penalty. Put his volleys 10 yards left. His free kick.
What were the other balls? Were they like golf balls? Or
one was a floater. A rugby ball, and one was a size 2 football.
Oh yeah, the tiny
ball. Which is the one that Fraser used, which suited him well because he's a small man.
Well, yeah, he's tiny. The ball's tiny. Works well.
But yeah, it wasn't ideal. So hopefully he's trained.
I mean, that team is pretty much as we can really put out tonight.
I would have liked to see Hendry play instead of McKenna.
I really thought, but Hendry did. He still got to recover from that one in the Euros, so
He does, yeah.
True.
But it's quite
the bench
quite
is
attacking
the bench.
bench. You've got Turnbull, Ferguson,
Liam Kelly, Xander Clark, Lyndon Dykes, Ryan Christie, Jack Hendry, Declan Gallagher, Lewis Ferguson, David Turnbull.
You've got a few players I know that you can bring on to change the game if needed.
Oh well, yeah, that midfield can be changed completely with those players on the bench. Declan Gallagher's best left on the bench.
It depends if you're bringing him on for
we're
Scott
not-
McKenna, then that's a good move.
Well, it's like for like, the same player.
It's not Declan Gallagher's a much better player.
No, they're the same player.
But yeah.
We're probably not going to see either of the goalkeepers on in this game. And Lyndon Dykes is the best striker in London, so
Yeah, he's been banging them in, and we'll have to come off the bench and score his 3 goals. So. This it's not obviously no game you're going to be there thinking, oh yeah, we're going to lose, but you could say this game is a bit of a free hit because Denmark are going to walk away with this group.
yes.
This is a game where you kind of just, as long as you don't get embarrassed, it's
Damage limitation.
it's not
sort of
too
thing.
bad.
I mean, if we can come away from this with a draw or a win,
Yeah.
then it's huge.
The game against
What?
Austria next Tuesday's obviously the much bigger game.
Yeah, and the one against Moldova, just don't wet
Scotland
that.
What channel's the game on tonight?
I would imagine Sky Sports because
Sky, I
They're
believe.
usually all on Sky, so yeah. We'll do predictions and then we'll leave
Why are we not at Jura's house for it?
because he's working.
yes, this is Jura live from his work.
So first up tonight, Denmark, Scotland.
Live from work.
Craig.
Well, as always, optimist. So I'm going to go 1 each.
I said 3-0. Billy said 3-0, both to Denmark. Drews said,
I'm going to say 2-0 to Denmark.
and Matt.
2-1 Scotland.
See, I love Matt's. I'm not optimist, but Matt's even more optimistic. So,
I'm more optimistic. Get fucking into them.
well, if anything, if you go by recent form against them, we did beat them last time we played them.
When was that?
2016 with a Matt Ritchie goal.
I don't even remember that.
As
I
a
think I should remember it.
And they tried to
Sorry,
pass
what?
it back to the goalie, and it was just a dreadful pass back, and Matt Ritchie
We won
just...
our last 2 games against them.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
Scotland, Moldova up next.
I'm going to go for 6-0.
Likewise, Billy's went 3-1. Drew has
I've
went,
also echoed the 3-1.
I don't think
and Matt.
2-0.
I don't think
2-0.
Jude and Bill realise how bad Moldova. I know Scotland aren't the best, but I don't.
But yeah,
They're
but the
not
thing
gonna
is, it's
concede.
how bad they are.
Craig, we lost 4-0 to Kazakhstan not that long ago.
3-0.
Yeah,
So 3-0.
it's only 3-0. Don't make it sound like we're bad.
Next in the charts, Austria, Scotland. Seems to be a theme here.
I'm going to go
Little
for
Scotland games.
2-0 Scotland.
I've gone 2-1 Scotland. Billy's went 2-1 Austria, and Drew's went,
2-0 Austria.
and Matt's going,
1-1.
let's go draw, 1 each.
7 points from these 3 games, I'd take that.
Now on to the big games, Stranraer, Partick Thistle.
I'm going to go for a 4-0 Partick Thistle win.
4-1 Partick Thistle win. Billy's also went, I didn't even realise that Billy's went 4-1 Partick Thistle win.
Yeah.
I've went 3-1 Partick Thistle win.
And Matt hates Partick.
I do not like Partick. 2-1 Partick. Well, I do think they'll beat Stranraer.
Next up, Celtic B, Morton, Craig. That was fucking
I
loud.
don't know what that
That
was.
was loud.
It was loud.
The Facebook notification.
It was.
I think it was Matt got a Facebook notification.
I'm going to go for 2-1 to Celtic B.
Oh, that's bold. I've went 2-1 Morton. Billy's went 2-1 Morton.
I've went 3-1 Martin.
And Matt,
3-0 Celtic.
It just dawned on me that Celtic B
Yeah.
might be hit by international duty as well, but we'll leave it. We'll go with it.
Yeah, I think we do have a few. Kilmarnock, Falkirk.
I'm going to go for 3-1 to Kilmarnock.
Score draw 1 each. Billy's went 2-1 Kelly.
I went 1-0 Kelly.
Matt's went
I'll go 2-0 Kelly.
flying through these today. Cove Rangers, Stenhouse Muir.
4.
Obviously, Steny are strengthened by their recent signing.
The recent of getting rid of Craig Reid, is that?
No, what do you call him? What was his name?
What do you call him?
What was he?
Thank you.
What was he?
What was he called? He's not changed his name.
It was photographed in Stenhouse Muir. What's his name again?
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
I see when I said recent signing, I really thought someone was going to go just say and Matt was like, what's his name?
What's his
I
name?
remember.
Yeah.
I believe he was there filming a documentary about young boys or something.
Well,
That seems sus to me.
sounds like a.
Was he not there on holiday from what I heard?
No one goes. No one goes to Stenhouse
apparently-
Muir.
No, like...
No, apparently he's filming some
Oh, fair.
documentary about youth football.
So he
Anyway,
goes to the.
Cove Rangers, Stenhouse Muir, Craig.
I'm going to go for 2-0 to Cove Rangers.
Fucking hell. Why have I not looked at Billy's before doing
You and
mine?
Billy are about the same score for all of them.
I've went 3-1 Cove Rangers. Billy's went 3-1 Cove Rangers.
I've gone 2-0 Cove Rangers.
Matt's went...
I'll copy Jura.
and lastly, Aberdeen Colts are both... I don't even... Yeah.
Are both are flying high, but I'm going to go for a score draw 2 each.
Well, I was tempted to put a cricket score, but I didn't. So I've went 5-0 or both. Billy's went 3-1 or both. Jers went...
5-0 abroad.
And Matt's went...
3-1 or both.
Matt and Craig really think... Matt, Craig and Billy all really thinking that our Aberdeen Colts are going to win. Not win, score. I said win.
I think they will. But getting 1 goal against our both hardly makes you world beaters, does it?
No, but it's Aberdeen Colts. Aberdeen's first team are fucking tragic.
Yeah, well, that's probably why, because all the good players are old.
Aberdeen's first team, yeah, they're pretty bad actually.
B teams and Colts teams can play senior players in this, right? Don't they?
Yeah, this game, yeah, this
For this
competition,
cup, isn't
yeah.
it?
So realistically, Celtic could just put all their players that aren't on international duty if they wanted to. But I don't think they could. I think there is some
No,
limitations.
I think there's a limit on how many they can use.
I see. Also,
But it'll probably be similar to last time that Celtic played in this competition, where Shaw and Urguidi got minutes. Sorry, go on, Matt.
No, I've seen Celtic there have just posted a video on their Instagram listing all of the 12 new summer signings just for anyone.
No, they missed one because they posted it on Twitter earlier and they didn't have Jota in it.
I've just looked at the one that's got Jota in it.
Has it got Jota? They
Yeah, it was
made
only
a new one.
4 minutes ago, so I'm guessing they've obviously updated it.
They posted one on Twitter this afternoon. And it was like your 12 new summer signings, and there was only 11 in it. They missed Jota out completely.
I didn't count them, but Jota was there on this one, so they must have updated it.
That's all good to know. Anyway, I think that brings proceedings to an end.
I think so.
Probably.
Craig's all ready for the Scotland game, so he can go and support the Scotland.
Go have a can of Tennent's.
I might have a can of Tennent's tonight. I have got one in the fridge.
National pride.
I'm wearing my Tennent's t-shirt, so...
You're welcome.
That's not the one you got me, mate.
Fair.
That one does not fit me.
I never got one of those, and they probably would fit me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll try and fit into it another day. Not another day, I mean, once I lose weight.
That's another day.
It's gone on long enough. It's over an hour now. This is unbelievable.
Why just rambling at this
Rambling
point?
Central.
The listeners are bored.
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm not bored.
At the point where you just start saying random stuff and see if anyone gets this far. Like we did the past few weeks. Obviously, Matt's not listened to them.
Yeah, Matt has 100% not listened to last week's podcast.
I have been made aware of some insults But
There was a lot of Matt slander, to be fair. There.
That was about
Should've
5
been,
minutes
"Fuck
of
you,
Matt
Matt."
slander.
Fuck you, Matt.
I'll take it.
Matt sucks.
That's alright. I'm still not even bottom of the predictions list. I haven't turned up.
Nah, still fuck you, Matt. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Touch wood and all that, everything. Hopefully, we're 5 again next week.
We're not.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Why?
Because Stuart's away.
I'm away my
He travels.
Have Vacation.
Do it on location. Laura can join.
The 6th?
to be fair, we could do it. There's an internet connection.
France have got internet.
No, they just got it, Matt.
Yes, it's new.
I'm sure Laura's probably got a laptop. You'll be good.
It's nouveau.
Just take your mic with you.
He can't take his
Just
camera. 'cause he can't get
turn up to security. What's your bag? XLR mic, mate, and my power supply.
I don't see an issue.
And a Toblerone.
Elite, mate, it's free for £10 at the airport. You're obviously getting 6.
You have to get 6.
Can you bring me one back?
If you want one, I'll bring you one back.
Bring all the boys one back, apart from Billy, because he's not here. You can't ask him.
it. That's just rambling on at the end of a podcast. We could have stopped this. and then
100%
talked
no one
about
is
this.
listening to this part, by the way.
No,
No. I'll edit it. This is going right to start now.
that's we have to.
Just us
That's
talking
what
about
Ferg does
Toblerones.
every podcast, by the way. He just adds
we'll be-
like random bits to parts of it.
We'll be 5 again soon then. Until then,
Au revoir.
enjoy your trip. Say goodbye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Au revoir.
Craig,
Auf Wiedersehen.
you went French and French. You said that last week.
No, I said adios. Did I not last week?
Did you?
Adios,
I
Auf
thought you said-
Wiedersehen, au revoir. There you go. There's all 3.
Now and goodbye.
And Matt, say goodbye.
Yeah, it's nice to be back talking to everyone again. And goodbye.
I said say goodbye, and he said yeah.
And also goodbye.
He did. Yes, we'll be back again. Hope good luck to Scotland, and we'll see you all down the line. Goodbye and God bless.